Hello there, everybody. It's your boy David, aka Uncle Dave, and today we are back with another video. So, obviously, today is Sunday, and this is the Sunday messages. So, without further ado, we're gonna go straight into it like we always do. We live from day to day with the best, sorry, positive outcome on life that we can. But sometimes there's so much negativity in the world that it brings down our mental health a lot. Usually talking to somebody else that is not related to you in any way or form is most effective. Your mental health is the most important thing that you got to keep intact when dealing with this world. Never lose sight of that. So, before I begin talking about mental health, because I feel like personally this kind of ties in to this message today. Um, I just wasn't feeling it today with doing this message. I don't know, usually I'm in the best swing of things, and usually everybody has those days where we're all positive and this, that, and the third. But for some reason, mostly can never talk, y'all. It usually happens to everybody once in a while. We always have our bad days or our off days, this, that, and the third. Well, I'm kind of having an off day today. Like everything was all fine and dandy, and for some reason, when I was trying to do the message today, for some reason I just wasn't feeling it. I was going to coming to a point where, excuse me, sorry, I'm very sorry on that. I was coming to a point where I was about to just be like, well, I'll just do a double message on Sunday and just do it like that instead of third, boop, bop, bing. But I remembered that I was supposed to be doing something that day as well and trying this new thing out, which as of you're hearing, you're probably gonna see it, wherever the case may be. But um, while doing this message, I was just, I don't know, having a little bit of an off, like mental type of thing. I don't know what it was precisely. I was trying to figure it out in my mind, except the third, and for some reason I couldn't figure it out, and I was just get to the point of not doing this message at all today, and I was just gonna save it for next week and just do a double upload with that. But something told me, David, you can't be doing that. You can't be trying to do this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. So I pushed through it. I did it, and now you're hearing my voice while talking about this message. So, um, what does that have to do with mental health? I feel like it has to do with something with this. When we're going out into the world on an every single day basis, we try to find the positive lighting, the greatest outcomes, the try to be optimistic, all this other stuff. But every now and again, negative always like to prevail, and it brings down our joy, which I've talked about a lot, saying that you can't let negativity bring down your joy. And sometimes when the negativity gets to us, it brings down our joy, brings down our positive outcome on life, and we do the best we can. But whew, I don't know what's going on with me today. You just we try to find the positive lighting out of things, and with negativity, it always likes to linger and all this other stuff. So and it really affects us mentally because we try to have a positive mindset on things. However, it does really affect us all up in the mind up here. And for some reason, it affects us kind of badly. That's just like, I'm gonna put for example, a doctor, for example. He does what he specializes in whatever he specializes in, whether it's dealing with the heart, the lungs, the liver, kidneys, whatever the case may be. And he has to do surgery on this on certain people that has this style or whatever the case may be. Some surgeries are successful, others are not. And the ones that aren't successful, some doctors don't like to think about it, but others, over time, they likes to deal with their mental psyche. And it affects us though. No, it affects us though. Sorry, it affects them in a way of form. And sometimes when those darkest are trying not to let it get to them, because then what's ended up happening is it's going to affect how they do things. It's going to affect how the way they work, how they operate, all this other stuff. And it's just like with us when we have like past trauma or whatever the case may be in our lives. We feel like, or some of us feel like, oh, that doesn't really affect us. And yes, it does. It does. And I'm saying that is because it affects the way you are as a person, and it affects you in some way or form, and it's still going to be with you for the rest of your life. So you may think that, oh, this is really not affecting me like that. Da, 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 I found a way to do it. If you really ain't really finding the true proper way of doing it, you just lying to yourself. Let's be real. You're just sitting there lying to yourself. So sometimes, usually, and most people don't always like to do this because it comes from that old school. Because what I'm saying is, it's therapy. Is what I'm trying to get the words out. I'm trying to say it, but usually with people, it's they'll start to go to therapy or all this other stuff. And for some of us, we've heard that old scheme background, oh, you can't take family business out there, da 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 da, or past trauma, all this other stuff. You can't heal yourself well if you go by that old school saying. That old school saying does not really help in today's world. It just doesn't. Okay? You can't live by that old school saying. Yeah, it may have worked in the past for them, but looking on the effects today, it doesn't help, especially, particularly, basically Black African American men, young men especially. It doesn't really help them mentally, physically, spiritually, and every way of form. It just doesn't. It just keeping all of that in, they're not gonna live. They're not gonna be well mentally. They're not gonna be there spiritually, physically, all that. So at the end of the day, it just now goes for all people, no matter what race you are. If you have anything that you're dealing with mentally or any way or form, talk to somebody about it that is outside of the family. Stop having that negative notation of, oh, I can't do that, I can't take family members. Forget all that. Do what you need to do. Your mental health is way more important than anything else in this world. So, if you have any type of past trauma, small, minor, whatever the case may be that you're still dealing with and is affecting you, truly, and it is, go out, go seek a therapist, go seek somebody that's outside of the family, talk to, and it don't matter who it is, therapist, friend, whoever it is, talk to them, have a conversation one on one with them, go through whatever you need to go through. And if the pain is just too strong, then go straight to a therapist. You know, I know with some people they ain't got the money like that, so we always go to our friends, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're dealing with a very, very heavy load of things in your life and you can't really talk to a friend about it, there's always the therapist. There's always therapy. There's always therapists out there that you can talk to that can help you become a much better person, and you start to finally solve the problem as and finally solve the questions and problems as to why am I this way, or why am I that way, or I'm like this because of that, or I finally figure out why this, that, and the third. So to wrap this all up, and this I feel like this become a very long thing now, but to wrap this all up, try your best to always, like I said in the past, be positive, be joyful, be kindness, all that good stuff. But sometimes if the load gets a little bit too heavy, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Always find somebody to talk to if the mental health starts to get there. Your mental health is important. Don't never lose sight of that. So, I just want to at least say, thank you for listening to this message that I did today. Hopefully that you like it. If you did, you give it a big thumbs up on my YouTube channel, share it amongst your friends and family. And as always, always bring love, positivity, support, kindness, goodness, all that. Make sure you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're gonna obviously you can go to like my bio and all this other stuff. And yeah, so hopefully you did enjoy this video today.